We only got 30 seconds. Good luck to you in your elections this year. I don't think you're going to have a lot of problems, but who knows? Neither did Eric Cantor.
That's exactly.
I mean, you got to work.
We work hard every day. We reach out. People say you're being political. No, I'm being official. People will take care of that at the ballot box. I believe that the people will make the right decisions at the ballot box. Thank God for 6 terms they've done that. 12 years. Let's hope we get.
You're also a congressman who's been happy being a congressman.
Love it.
You're not being an advocate.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And as you can see, we've got my guest here, old Mike. And we got a little bit of film here and there, Mike. I think we got some pretty good film there the week before last up at North. And there on the Memorial Day weekend. We'll show that here in a little bit and talk about some baits. Want to say hello to Bill, Charlie Ingram, Jeff Parrott, Mike Pennington, Rayleigh, and Luke and Harper. Hopper, got to say hello to them.
Yeah.
And that's my great grandkids, and they're watching. So got to keep them involved. But anyway, a lot of things going on. I know they had that big tournament down out of the Piney River there this past week. I think today was the final day of it.
Yep.
They fished all last week, and the boys at Works kept up with it pretty good. I haven't had an opportunity to, and they've kept me kind of up to date. I think Wheeler was leading it there this afternoon.
And that guy passed him up right there.
Did he?
At the last, I had a few ounces more than him. When last I talked to, there was less than a minute left, and he was still behind a few ounces.
Well,
in second. So.
Okay. Sounds good. Like I said, they've been down there all week, and they started last week, and I think wound it up today. Then we had the St. Jude's tournament going on out of Kingston there Saturday, Mike, and you fished that.
Yeah, sure did.
And I'm not for sure. I heard it's around 16 pounds won that.
Yeah.
And so I hope they collected a whole lot of money.
Well, we had a little over 130 boats, I think, because we was 121, and there was still some getting in it behind us. So what the last one blasted off, I don't know, but there were several behind us, I know that.
Right. Okay.
Had a good turnout anyway.
Yeah, that's good. Good, real good. Let's see. What else we got here? Chandler, can we show those films, those pictures of the boats at Reynolds? All right, whenever you get ready, bud. Chandler swamped. Now, here's the deal. They got 3 new boats in down there. The Expresses, H18 footers, and 2 of them's got 115s on them, and the other one's got a 90 on it. And Glenn's kind of tickled to death with them. They look good. So I made them get us some pictures of them there. You can go to their website and get a little more detail probably, but they done good, showing us the boats there, and all the storage you got. So if you're looking for a boat, I talked to him about the engines, and still no word. It may be September before I get one.
What, a motor?
Yeah, the four-stroke.
Well,
Yeah.
I hate to break the bad news to you.
Heck, I know you had something you hated to tell
One of
me.
them boys said they found you a motor online there. Some guy was wanting to sell it. Brand new motor, had 8 hours on it. Wanted $27,000 for it.
No,
Well, that's how scarce they are.
I know. Glenn's, there's a picture of the boat on the trailer. Glenn's having a fit, and so I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm going to take good care of mine and keep it lubed up and cleaned up, and
It's
I
everything.
may have to run it for 2 more years.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how things is getting shorter and shorter on what's out there
Yeah.
for you to get. I mean, tires, they're talking about tires being short-handed. They can't get tires. Of course, it takes oil and stuff in there on the tires. And
Yeah.
everything you see in this country's got something to do with oil, one way or the other. If
Pretty
it ain't
much.
nothing but just hauling it to the store for you.
Yeah,
You
pretty
know,
much.
It's hard to get anything.
Shoot.
What's the name was crying there on the radio because he couldn't find no Thousand Islands dressing nowhere, so he'd been all over Knoxville. I guess they told him to go to McDonald's and get him a Big Mac.
Well, I don't know, Mike. But shucks, dang it.
Yeah.
It's getting worse every day.
Well, you skirts on your dang baits there, your trailers there made of plastic, and everything you turn around and look at got something to do with oil related one way or the other.
Yeah, that's true. We may have to start fishing with crickets.
May have to. May have to.
Yeah. Mike and I were kids, and there was a farm pond out the road there, and Dad would take us out there, and we kept some cane poles stuck up over the corner of the barn there, and occasionally we had some red worms. Most of the time it was larvae out of them wasp nests.
Yeah. Is there anything we could dig up, move the crawls or something?
Yeah. I mean, we had a ball, Dad and old Carl Maccabee and some of his friends later on they'd be down there on the under end of the pond throwing them popping bugs, and we'd be on one end with bobbers and catching them bluegill, and that pond had several bass in it. I mean,
Yeah.
and some catfish.
Oh yeah. Had good
And,
catfishing.
We had a ball on that, and like I said, that was till Mike knocked that nest down and got us both stung. It was all fun. Big old wasp nest, about it was, a gallon or coffee can big around, and we'd take our cane pole and knock the nest down. Well, that was all good till we knocked it down as they come after us. Squalling, crying, rolling on the ground and everything else, trying to get away from them. But yeah, that was some pretty good fish bait. Them bluegill loved it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yes sir.
That thing wouldn't hardly get the floater in the water,
Yeah.
and there'd be one on it.
That's right.
So, anyway, like Mike said, it's getting tougher, and but do go to Reynolds' website and get a better view, better picture of those boats, them 3 Expresses that he's got, and if you're looking for one, it might be a good deal for you. Also, too, they've got some, props and that kind of stuff. Anything you're looking for, they pretty much got it down there except for what we really need is an engine.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's a trying.
Yeah, I know. He said, man, I've been on the phone all day, trying to find engines and this, that, and the other. So it's just, hard to come up with. So, it's, he said, Steve, he said, I let that last Allison he had go for 100 and some thousand. He said, I don't know how a fella would have that much in a boat and then have to make a boat payment.
Yeah.
I said, I don't have a clue, Glenn. I don't have a clue. But it's just unreal how high things are right now, for sure. And it's just because they're in short demand.
Sure
Not
is.
that many out there. So anyway, we're going to move right along. Mike, you want to show the little bit of film that you took down at the St. Jude's?
I got a few minutes there of the morning there when we put in. There about 30 seconds or so there. They was getting ready to do the prayer and stuff, so I made it pretty quick, But there was a nice crowd down there, and Travis and his bunch, they was glad to see everybody. I mean, it was a real run. The tournament was well run. Let's put it that way. They done a good job on it. Even when we come in there for a few minutes to turn their card in and do the weigh-in, they're doing a fine job on that, keeping the fish alive and everything. I was tickled with them and stuff, but we didn't do no good. I caught 2 little old fish and had 7 or 8 strikes, but I think the biggest thing was I was concerned about throwing the chartreuse on them plugs, and I had one run 7, 8 foot, one run 10, 12 foot or something, one run 15 and 18 foot, and then one run about 22, and then one 30 plus. And then I had my worms and stuff and some jigs, and those around on everything, fished out on some points at different depths there trying to find them. And the only 2 I caught well, that one, he was probably 8, 10 foot, and the other one might have been 15. And they was on that worm, that monster worm, and we tried a lot of different baits, and like I say, it just the watermelon monster worm was about the only thing that I got hits on.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen the fish. I could see the fish. A lot of them suspended and stuff like that too, but I could see the fish out there 16, 20 foot deep on some of them places. And I don't know, they just evidently didn't want what I was throwing.
Right.
Probably should have changed over and went to shad colors or something,
Right.
Might
Well,
done.
that's what you got to do. If you ain't getting a bite on something, you got to change the same thing we do it up on North at night. Change up the color. Sometimes it don't take a whole lot to make a big difference.
No, it sure don't.
So, all right, let's show what you got there on St. Jude's.
Okay, folks, we're down here on Watch Bar, St. Jude's tournament. They're playing the national anthem now. I got Jeff Phillips with me today. We're going to try to catch one. Hope we can anyway. Few boats still getting in. Hopefully they'll have a big crowd. So stick with us and remember the sponsors, and let's go fishing.
All right, that's good. Good for that. I wish things had done better, Mike. But it's kind of frustrating when you can't get a good bite.
Well, I guess you need to put a little time in down there to figure out what's going on.
Well, that's true. You went down there in the blind, and you hadn't been on Watts Bar since when? You were crappie fishing.
Yeah, it's been 2 months ago or so.
Yeah.
And hadn't done any bass fishing at all. So,
Right.
I couldn't really say what was going on down there, but here in over that big tournament down there, is talking about where different ones was catching their fish and what they was catching them on and stuff like that. And some of them was throwing up real shallow and catching good fish out of a foot of water. And some of them was out there catching fish deep. And I think Brandon told me that Van Dam caught some on a jerkbait, and they just, some of them fishing out there on the flats where it turns off into the channel and stuff, 8-10 foot deep or something, what drops off, and catching fish out there. Some of them on crankbait, and I think I heard one of them say that Scott Martin was catching a limit. First thing, I believe that was Monday morning, on a crankbait, throwing up our 8-12 foot deep, fast as he could throw.
Yeah.
Some places are like that, and some of them ain't.
Yeah.
I've heard of some of them catching them in the Piney, and some of them going from up to Tennessee, and I think Brandon Coulter had a real good day there one day. And stuff there. Wheeler was staying in there pretty steady too. I think he was fishing off the ledges and everything. So I don't know.
Right.
They'll probably have it all on TV or something or next week or something.
Yeah, wouldn't doubt it a bit. All righty. Chandler, let's take a sponsor break. Come back to us, and we'll get set up to show that last night of night fishing on Norris. Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is the place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes. Light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. All right, we're back. Shucks. Yeah. All right, we're going to go to that film we shot on Norris up there last Sunday night and see what we can do. Chandler, show us the film, will you? All right, folks. Mike and I are back up here on Norris. We've had 2 nights. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. Kind of a little earlier start than we've been getting. I apologize for poor filming and very little light on the fish and in the boat. So we're going to make some adjustments tonight. If we can just get some bites, we'll be in business. But like I viewed our trips we've had Friday night and Saturday night, and there's just poor filming and speaking up, not getting loud enough. So we're going to try to do a little better job on that tonight, put some new batteries in our lights that we used to fish with and all that kind of stuff. So remember our sponsors, stay tuned. We just hope if we can get these fish to bite as good as they have the last couple of nights, we should have a good night's fishing. But a lot of boat traffic been here on the water today, a lot. So we'll see what happens. Bear with us. We're gonna get out here and get on the place and see if we can get a bite. And we'll get back with you shortly. All right there's 2 major baits that I've been throwing. And for some reason or another, these fish some of the better fish is out there in that 15 to 20 foot of water. So we're going to give them a shot right here and see if we can get a bite off this point here at the boat ramp. We'll get back with you when we get a fish on, hopefully. It won't take but a cast.
Steve's got one on there.
Shaking his head, Mike.
Shaking his head, too.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. That ain't a pretty good fish.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I don't know.
Maybe that catfish you caught here last time.
It may be. Maybe.
We can never get a picture of him there.
Maybe a big drum or something. I don't know. Pretty good sized fish, though. Pretty good sized fish. Man, he's not wanting to come up, I can tell you that. There he comes.
Oh, yeah. There he is.
That is that plain
Catfish. I told you caught that thing again.
I'm so good.
That's twice you caught that catfish here.
I'm so good. You need to take him and put him in the live well and put him off somewhere else.
Yeah, I'll leave him with you.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
You can take care of him there. Yeah, that's a pretty good fish. I'll even give you the needle nose there if you need them.
Yeah, you know he's gonna bite me when I put my thumb.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're going to do that.
Yeah, he's gonna try to bite me.
Yeah.
Sure as well. Hand me them needle nose.
I told you they're laying right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I see them there.
Told you you'd want them.
Dadgummit. I can find that hook. He's not wanting to cooperate. Very well. Let's see. Dadgummit.
Oh, damn
Where
mercy.
is the hook?
It's right there.
I know it is, but I can't get it loose.
In that tough skin right there.
Yeah, hold on.
Right in that whiskers.
Got it then. Look what a mess he's making.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He'll give you, slime you up real good. Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
that rascal in the light well.
Yeah.
I'll clean that for sure.
Yeah.
Let me get it.
Let me.
All right, that Mike's got a smallmouth there on that red. Well, look how dark that rascal is.
Yeah.
Man, he's pretty, though.
Oh, he'll get light when he gets over his mad spell.
Yeah, Yeah, he was hiding down there.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, that's a good job. Back in the water. Get you another.
Yeah. All right, folks. Steve's got him another one there.
Yeah, blame it.
You better watch him.
How in the world, Mike, did you do that?
That's as fat as can be, too.
Son of a gun.
It ain't even laid out.
Gummit. We got to get off this place. Blame it. Look at what a mess. God,
Yeah, look how fat that rascal. He's in there. He ain't even through the nesting yet.
fine.
All right.
Need my light on my head.
Yeah.
You ain't got a good picture of him, have you?
Yeah, shows a pretty good picture there.
Huh?
Shows a real good picture of
Real
him
good
there.
picture. All right.
Yeah.
That's our second smallmouth, and Mike's caught 2 catfish.
Yeah.
All right,
you go.
back in the water. Okay. All right. Yeah, got a largemouth that time there, Mike.
Yeah, that's right.
Need the needle nose?
They got teeth like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. I would believe it.
Yeah.
Sure would. All right. Good deal, Mike.
Yeah.
That's all right there now.
Put him back in the
Yeah,
water.
put him back in the water. Good.
Steve's got one on here. He thought he had another catfish, but hadn't pulled him there. He said that was a big fish, but
Where's the needle nose?
he got in here and found out it wasn't as big as what he thought it was.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Come
okay.
here.
That's that mean rascal. Yeah.
God,
I don't know. I don't know how you do that.
I don't know either, Mike.
That's all I ever seen.
Got it.
Got it, too.
All right, you got a good picture?
Pretty good picture, yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk loud and get a good picture.
If you say so.
Yeah, there
Throw
he
him
is.
back.
Boom. Man,
There you go.
oh,
Pretty good picture of him, man.
got a good picture of him?
Yeah.
Okay, in the water.
Okay.
Let's get another. Hey, that beats all I ever seen right there. Yeah, Now let me see if I can get the bait out of his mouth. He's trying to bite me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn it. Hold that line up right there. Just a second. Let me find that hook. I still can't see it. You got that. Which way is that thing hooked in it? Got it. There you go. All right, Mike. Pretty good fish right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like to have that other one. Get his mouth open, be good. To swallow the bait, could he?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
All right, Mike.
Yeah.
Another lily.
Going back.
The lily, Mike.
There's a little in there.
Yep. They're biting it.
They're biting too.
Yep. Got another one, Mike.
There's a little.
Another lily.
We get him unhooked there and get him back in the water.
Look, just fell out of his mouth. It's a good thing I didn't give him no slack, ain't it?
Yeah, sure is. Sure is. That's a nice one there.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. You take a bunch of them.
That's that right.
All right, Mike.
All right, there's Mike with a good smallmouth. Attaboy, Mike.
Mean as can be.
Yeah. Makes a lot of difference when we got some good light. See what's going on here. Need the pliers. I believe you hooked him good.
No doubt about that. That part of that
Yeah,
jaw.
you're right in that top part of that jaw. Sure is.
Come out of it all.
Believe you got him, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Their lens just fogged a little bit. Yeah. I don't see no marks on their tails where they're spawned or anything like that, do you?
No.
They done spawned out and moved out.
Good.
All right, get you another.
Yeah.
I believe he's a little one, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a little bit hot.
Back in the water.
What? He's found him a largemouth here.
Yeah, sure have, Mike.
Fish.
Yeah.
Fish, good fish. Sure is.
All right, we'll get him back in the water.
Okay?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we got a pretty good picture now. There you go.
There you
Isn't that
go.
a nice one?
Yeah, yeah.
Real nice one.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
There you go.
There's you another nice one. Yeah, good.
All right. Well, Mike, I didn't count how many we caught, but we've done a little better job of getting some light on the fish. And them son guns was, I swear, they'd get that hook through the side of that jaw and you could not get it out.
No, no.
I mean, it just hard to fool with them, get them out of there. And I showed y'all when we started that little old bait right there, that black with the little red in the back side of it and the 101 chunk on it, tiny chunk in the plastic. That was the little bait. And right here's the puzzling thing. I had this jig right here on my bait caster, and you know, I showed you a picture of it laying there because I'd caught them on it the 2 nights before, and they were, they were hitting that thing, and so I just stuck with it. That's a black skirt with copper flake in it, and you know, you could probably this weekend catch a few fish on that black, but I'm going to go to a little kind of a watermelon this weekend.
Yeah.
Green pumpkin or watermelon, but I'm going to have that tied on the rod too because they ate it up for 3 nights in a row. Well, it was all over, and so I'm going to be shaking that at him. And Mike, that's a 3/8 ounce head with a number 11 chunk on it, plastic, and I'm going to try that one right there. I'll have it tied on another rod, but I also going to tie me up one a little bit lighter. I mean, color-wise, but I've told y'all time and time again, if you gave me 5 baits for North Lake, 4 out of a white buzz bait would be and a lot of times a black buzz bait works just as good, but the color would be black. A worm, a jig, a fly, a buzz bait, or just whatever, you know. Don't ask me why that is, but it just has been.
Yes.
And, but I hope we get to go this weekend and try something different and see if we can stay on them, Mike. I've got there's a,
Bitchy bug?
Bitsy bug, yeah, in the watermelon, without a trailer on it, which I've got trailers to put on it, but I just kind of picked those up out of the floor of the boat and thought I'd bring them over, that kind of thing. So, but you know, the second night we were up there, which was on, we went Friday night and Saturday night. Saturday night, when Mike got mad at me and he started throwing out towards the middle of the lake. Well, heck, wasn't no time flat. He'd caught 3 or 4 fish, and I said, "How deep was that fish?" And he said, 23 feet. And I said, I just turned the trolling motor around. We were sitting in about 18. Run out there and swung the boat back around, and heck, we found a gang of them. Mm-hmm. So, you know, and caught some pretty nice fish, and we actually run off and left that place on Friday night. And when we went back up there Saturday night, we came back down the lake, was headed to the boat ramp, and son of a gun, we caught some pretty nice fish there on Saturday night.
Yeah.
There later on in the night there, and sure did. So, you know, I don't think we had anything 4 pound, but we had some that was 3.5 anyway. So,
yeah, but our batting average ain't too good.
our batting average is not worth a hoot. That's a fact. You know, we're in the low 200s.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you get 10 bites and only put 2 or 3 of them in the boat, it's not very good average.
No.
So we're gonna have to work on that for sure. And I was shocked. Them 4, 5, 6 of them little fish, heck, they wasn't 12, 13 inches long. They hitting that big jig.
Yeah, well, you know,
And
you'd holler, "I got one." I'd jump down and get the net and get the camera and stuff, and then he'd holler, "Well, it got off," and that time I'd lay everything down and get to the back of the boat and start to pick my rod up. He said, "I got another."
yeah.
He'd get him out most of the boat and he'd get off. He'd just wore me out running back and forth there.
Yeah. Need to get need to have a floating net where you just drag them up over in that net and then pick it up. Yeah, do something. I don't know. We could keep fishing, but I hope the weather works out pretty good and we get a chance to get up there tomorrow night or Saturday night for a little while and see if they're still biting.
Yeah.
I personally think they're going to just get better right now, just tell you the truth about it. It's a little bit early because when we went up there Friday night, we started out, heck, with a boat 15, 16 foot of water thrown in there in front of those trees that was in the water and with water around them, sometimes 6, 8 feet deep, you know. Some of them 10 foot, and heck, you'd throw that little old fly up there, or you was throwing that big, what was you throwing?
Z-hog.
A Z-hog. And shoot, the minute that thing hit the bottom and you picked it up, there'd be one grab it most of the time. Mm-hmm. And then we, like I said, we got fooling around and Mike got to catch them behind the boat. So we figured, heck, there's more out there in that 23 foot of water than there was in there in that 10, 15 foot of water.
Yeah.
So, but that's, you know, part of it. We just had to find what was going on and keep improving on what we were doing.
Yeah.
It was a big thing. So, but we'll see how it works out here. Hopefully tomorrow night or Saturday night when we get up there. And I don't know, was a chance of rain Saturday night?
I ain't even checked the weather, but
I hadn't either.
it'd be more Saturday night, and I guess it would be tomorrow night. 'Cause,
Yeah.
last I heard, it's going to be pretty good tomorrow.
Yeah. I think tomorrow night's probably the best night, for sure.
I know it'll rain 'cause I mowed the grass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you should have waited, Mike. Should have waited. Let's see. Some of you guys that's been fishing, got a report for us, call in over here and let us know what's going on. Give us a little idea. Ray, Brian, I want to thank you again for being with that group of guys up there at the restaurant there a couple of weeks ago, and with Bill and Sam Bendable and yourself and 4 or 5 more guys. Thank every one of you for getting that. Like I said, I'm glad Bill brought his album book with all the pictures and stuff, the fish he's caught over the years and that kind of thing. So hopefully we can maybe get back together here in a few weeks and do that again. Maybe I can get there on this next trip. Let's see. Who else was it? Yeah. Jeff Parrott, what about it? You listening? Give us a call over here and let us know what's going on with you if you're not on vacation. And you may be, I don't know. But what about, let's see, Mike. Ed Galt, what's Ed doing? Ed ought to be catching them fish.
Yeah, he ought to be camped out on them up there somewhere.
He ought to be camped out on them, that's for sure. Without a doubt, he ought to be camped out on them.
Last year he was up there and hollering about that black and blue jig he had there.
Yeah.
Talking about how he was wearing them out on that. I don't know if he's been there or been up Douglas or what. But,
Yeah.
Hopefully he's catching some wherever he's going.
Well, I'm like you. He ought to be catching them. Call in and give us a report there, Ed, if you're listening. Let's see. All right, we're going to go to a sponsor break, and we'll be back here in a few minutes. Hey folks, we're over here at Edgemore Outdoors and got Vance back here. They've got a new selection of, what is this called now, Vance?
This is all queen tackle.
Queen tackle, okay.
It's all tungsten. They got tungsten weights, flipping weights. They got drop shot weights. All the jigs are all tungsten heads. There's flipping jigs, football jigs. There's swim jigs down here too. That's all of it's tungsten. There's shaky heads right here.
Okay,
That's
all tungsten stuff. Well, Vance got my attention with one thing. You can take any jig. Vance, get some of those bills. The chatterbait bills?
These aren't tungsten, but you can take this little chatterbait here and you can make a jig or a swim bait, any kind of head.
Throw it and put a shaky head on it.
Yep.
Son of a gun. I was just wondering how long that was going to take.
They've got different sizes in the blades there. There's silver, gold, and black.
Silver, gold, and black, different sizes in the blades. And like you said, you can take a white jig that you're flipping and put that dang bill on it, and you got you a chatterbait.
That's right.
Well, I wish me and you had thought of that. Folks, listen, do get by here, Edgemore Outdoors. Just swing around here, look at, gosh, I mean, man, the racks are hanging full of stuff, line, oil, just everything in the world here at Edgemore Outdoors. Jim and his crew would be more than glad to help you find what you need back here on the thing. I mean, it's just, I just hadn't had a chance to get over here. I've been wanting to come by and make a new film, advertisement for Edgemore Outdoors, and we just thank you for their support here over the years, keeping the show going, and
it's just, you know, row after row of tackle, baits, plastics, crappie stuff, catfish stuff. They've got live bait, reels, rods. I mean, it's just, if you're looking for it, more than likely they have it over here. So do come by, stop in here and visit with Edgemore Outdoors, and I'm pretty sure you'll be satisfied and they can help you find what you need. All right, folks, remember our sponsor there, Edgemore Outdoors, Vance and his dad Scott, and Vance's mother there. We thank those three people. A lot of things there for them. We really appreciate them helping sponsor the show. I guess Mike, he went up there and bought a bag full of baits there and got the wrong colors for some reason or another.
I'm blind in one eye and can't see out the other anyway.
I heard that. All right, here we go, Chandler. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Ed. I knew you was watching.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. I ain't been but one time in a long time because I kept having trouble with the bearings and the brakes on my trailer, you know.
Yeah.
So I just took it over there to trailer specialist on Dutch Valley and fitted 2 new axles, and the rear one's got brakes, and it's brand new. So I'm ready to go now, but I ain't been going.
Yeah. I'll have to call you back in a minute.
Well,
About 2 weeks ago, my cousin Chris took me, and he was catching them on a top water fluke. No, a fluke, not a. What's that top water plug? Everybody throws.
Yeah, on the Zara spook.
The spook, yeah. And the bone colored one.
Right?
yeah.
And I was catching them on a fluke and on a shaky head. We caught about 20 that day.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, a week or two ago. But that's really all I've been doing is trying to get my dang boat roadworthy.
Right. Well, did they get you fixed up?
Oh yeah, it's all good to go now.
Great.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
With them 2 new axles and came already packed and greased and everything, how long do you reckon I'll have to be before I have to get them bearings looked at?
I do mine every year. I mean, and sometimes twice a year, depending on how much I get to go. Just 2 or 3 pumps. On a grease gun, and it's a good deal. All I'm going to tell you to do is make sure you buy that waterproof grease. Yeah, get the waterproof grease, aqua grease.
Yeah, I done that one time on them boat bearing buddies, and I blew the seal out of one of them.
Yeah. That's what I say. It don't
put a pump or 2 in there.
Yeah, that's what I look for, you know. If when I pull that rubber stopper off the cap, and I'm looking right at the alamine in there, I give it that first pump. If it doesn't move, then I hit, give it another pump, and then if it doesn't move out any grease in, I give it the third one, and usually by the third pump, it's pushing some of that old grease out, and I'm done with it, But you want to keep it regular. If you're on the road a lot, a couple, 3 times a year,
Okay.
And
The question is, Ed, what kind of system you got? You just got a regular bearing system with buddy bearings, or have you got a reverse lube, or what?
Well, the front axle don't have bearing buddies, but the back axle with the one with the brakes has bearing buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the reverse lube is drilled through into the spindles back there between the seal and the bearing on the inside, and it pushes the grease toward the outside, and it'll flush everything out there. But that one with the buddy bearing, it ain't got much way to get the dang
It just stays in there.
water out of it, because you just spring keeps pushing it up there to it, but it don't really drain it. That's the reason sometimes it's better to pull them off and repack them or something.
Yeah. But here's another thing. They told me $80 an axle. If I take it over there, let's say next year this time, they'll do it $80 each axle, so about $160. I can let them do it.
Yeah. If they gonna put new bearings and seals in, yeah.
Well, yeah. That way, I don't have to fool with it.
Don't have to fool with it. Just say, hey, here, I won't be back to get this in the week, or I'm going fishing.
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you now, Glenn had the package deal down there. I bought because of a bearing. It messed up there, and it come with the bearing, seals, everything in it. The whole hub was already packed. All you had to do is just slide it up on there and put your nut back on it, and you was ready to go.
Well, now, I'm not sure if these hubs, see that old one,
Yeah.
original, was welded, that rear axle, that hub part with the standard back there was welded. I'm not sure if these may be able to take the hub, the whole thing off and pack and everything, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's a brake axle, though. That'd be a whole different story on that.
Yeah, the brake axle's a little different than the standard axle.
Yeah.
When you got your brakes, you have to fool with.
Well, listen, I'm taking up too much of y'all's time.
No, it's good.
About this, so I had to call in.
Shoot, it's good. It's good to hear from you, Ed. Yeah, just stay after them, and we're gonna catch them. We'll see. We'll run into you up there one night.
Hey, y'all gonna go Friday and Saturday?
Planning on it.
Well, I ain't good, because if y'all are putting in about the time I am, I want you to see something on my trailer. You'll get a kick out of it.
All right. We'll look forward to seeing you.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. See you, buddy.
Okay.
All right, bye. All right. Good to hear from Ed. But yeah, them dang, I mean, it don't take but just 2 or 3 pumps at least twice a year is what I try to do. And you know, in the fall, if I'm going to Dale Holler after being up here fishing all summer, I'll pop them little old rubber seals off the end of the hub there and pump a little grease in her, hit the rope.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, when I went down there to get some bearings and seals and stuff, and going to repack everything there, and Junior said, hey, you can buy the whole thing here for cheaper than what you can buy all the loose parts for. I said, well, lay it on me.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right, without a doubt. Well, you know, you got to maintenance them. You know, you got to maintenance them, and I change the oil in my foot every year, and like you're supposed to, and let that thing dry. Take them screws out and let it drain overnight, and then go back in there the next afternoon. Fill her back full of oil, and everything working good on that. I mean, you got to keep these always something that you need to do. That's a fact. Keep them on the road. There's nothing no more heartbreaking than take off on a trip. Next thing you know, the dang smoke's rolling out from under your fender back there on the boat trailer, and and it's just when it's done that, it's done too late.
Yeah, it kind of ruins a fishing trip.
It kind of ruins a fishing trip, sure does. I'll never forget that time we took off the Santee Cooper, and we got, what was we up on the mountain there, almost to Asheville, or right out of Asheville there, one that had a flat tire.
No, I had flat on that trailer of mine.
Yeah.
And we just started on...
on 40, still on 40.
Yeah.
Going out of Knoxville.
Going out of Knoxville.
And them truck drivers come by and said, hey, that's them cheap tires.
Yeah, yeah. Cheap tires,
All in
right.
on a CB, you know, everybody had a CB back in that day time. Yeah, it's them cheap tires. Or he said, buy them cheap tires again, something like that.
Yeah.
There we was down there trying to get the spare on. But, yeah, you got to maintenance your boat trailers, and if you want to keep from having problems, that's a big thing. All righty, folks, if you're out on the water this weekend, do be careful. Weather's getting hotter, a lot more people on the water. The more reason, keep your life jacket on.
It sure is.
And,
Sure is.
you know, don't overload your boat. Just, you know, it just makes it a lot safer. And courteous around the boat ramps.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Don't back down the boat ramp, then start loading what you need in the boat on the ramp.
Yeah, and don't, if it's dark, cut your lights out down to the parking lights there so the next man can see to back down.
Yeah, that's a bad situation there when you can't see, you know, headlights looking right at you when you're trying to back down the boat ramp.
Yeah.
A lot of things that makes it go a lot easier and a lot smoother when they're around the boat ramp, and that's one of them. Put your parking lights on, not your headlights, and that kind of stuff. Have everything loaded up on your boat when you go to back down the ramp, and so on and so forth. It just speeds everything up, and you take a couple 150 boat trailers in the parking lot, and everybody's trying to get loaded up. It gets chaos.
Yeah. We've had several fatalities this year already, and let's try to make it without adding any more.
Yeah, sure have.
You know?
All righty, listen, we're going to get out of here. God bless you all, and like I said, I hope we get to make a fishing trip this weekend. It'll be in the evening and at night for a little while, so it's a lot more comfortable, Mike.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
A lot more comfortable.
If the bugs don't get you.
The bugs is the worst thing they are. Ain't no two ways about it. Yeah. So anyway, God bless you all, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Hey folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing and Marine, 620 Ray Street here in Kingston. Got Mr. Glenn Reynolds here with us. Glenn, tell us about this beautiful Bullet boat sitting here.
Okay, this is the latest deal. It's called SST. It's 21 foot long. Has a lot of key features inside. It's got three coolers, so you keep your beverages
Right.
plenty cool. Got a little wider front end up front. And it's got the recessed foot pedal for the new Spotlight trolling motors that I'm going to try to sell Steve one.
Yes, sir.
And it's a pretty silver and red.
Boy, it's beautiful. It really
Got
is.
the new 250R.
250R on that thing, folks. Man, this thing looks
So
sharp.
it's, I just one boat. Of course, we got it in the background here.
Yeah.
We've got several side-by-sides.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And then...
Oh, there's the big 5-seater. That's a 5-seater. Man, dadgone it,
so we've
Glenn.
got a lot of side-by-sides.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got, of course, this is
Allison?
Allison Color Pro Series.
Yeah.
It's called a Pro Elite.
Pro Elite. Okay.
And it's got, I guess here is some of the, you can get this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Got a TV screen in the front, Glenn.
Yeah. And then it raises it up, it's called an E-pad.
Right.
And Allison has a patent on this, I think. And you can raise it up where you can, if you're a tall guy, you can still see
it. Yeah, yeah.
That's sort of unique. And then, of course, we've got the Allisons and the Bullets on this side.
Right. Oh, man. We've got the twin yellows here, don't we?
Got the twin yellows. One's
Yes,
yellow
sir.
and white, one's yellow and black. This one will be in Mercury's brochure. I went down and made some pictures at Joe River Lake, and it should be coming up pretty soon in the brochure.
Right, right.
And of course, it has the E-pad, it has the spot lock. I call it Ultrex.
Right.
Now this is called a 21 RDC. It's a raised deck dual console. And it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and
It's one of my favorites.
it's a beautiful boat.
Good.
Yes, sir.
And now it's got the new 300R on it.
300R, man.
But we can mix and match any engine combination just about you want.
Yeah.
Some people want 300, some want 200, some want 250s.
Yeah.
And but we're normally selling 250 and $300, you say.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, Glenn. Glenn, you want to mention something about the pontoon boat sitting over there?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Got a veranda pontoon boat here. Man, that thing is beautiful.
And I guess Before you hear, we get a close-up.
Yeah.
Everybody else has got plywood bottom. It's got what we call a cooling slot. It's all aluminum. It never soak up any moisture or water.
Yeah.
And probably last, no reason why it wouldn't last a lifetime or two, you know?
Yep.
And we can get up in it and
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Let's go fishing.